Okay, so I have to get in the light because it's really dark, and if I don't, you're not gonna be able to see anything but my teeth moving. But okay, I know you're wondering like how come I haven't made a video in a while, and it's pretty much because since the last time I've made a video, which was I want to say last year sometime, like around December 2012, I think. I may have made one or two since then, but not of really any significance. But the reason why I hadn't been making videos is because during the time, like when I first started making the videos, you know, okay, I have an online business, and I thought, well, if I make a couple of videos, people will listen to the videos. If they're interested, I can just leave a link at the bottom or at the end of the video, let them know to go to my website so they can join my company. So if I just talk about anything, it doesn't matter. Okay. So I was just talking about anything, things that I've, you know, current events, pretty much, things that I've learned up to that point thus far. Okay, so then I started watching like these videos of all these different people from like Hotep, the 13th Son, Phil Valentine, Bobby Hemmett, Brother Polite. Like, I've been watching a whole bunch of videos, and they're talking about things that are so, like, so much deeper than just the average current event. So I started looking into some of the things that they were talking about as far as, like, metaphysics and ancient Kemet and, the history of the Canaanites or the children of Cush. So, you know, as I'm watching these things, I'm like, I can't make a video talking about Britney Spears or Miley Cyrus doing a twerk or something like that. Like I don't even feel right making videos like that anymore, because I'm like, if I'm not really saying anything of substance, you know, what's the point? You know, I hadn't even been putting anything on my Facebook page or Twitter or, you know, because I'm thinking, like, if I'm not going to do anything of substance, what's the point? Like, what am I doing? What am I doing this for? You know, if there's not like an end goal. So yeah, that's the reason why I hadn't been doing it for a while, because I just hadn't had anything that I knew too much about to make a video on that was anything of substance. So, but I have been learning a lot about history. I've been getting a lot of viewpoints from like different aspects of life, and everybody has like a different experience in life. So, depending on that person's experience, it's going to be like what they've learned so far. So, I like to hear what people have learned so far in their lives. You know, and they're so different. That's the thing about it, is like, I really can see how the people in the world have become to hate each other and war against each other and fight with each other over the pettiest things, because the people are raised so differently and taught so differently. Like, how could everybody just come together? Is it possible for everybody to come together for one common goal for humankind? Like, is that really possible? I don't know, because so many people have so many different points of views, and out of those different points of views, they're so passionate about it. Like, it's 100% gospel. Like, it's truth. Like, this is my truth, and here's my proof. And they'll cite scriptures, and they'll cite, you know, it's crazy. And I'm just watching like, really? Oh, okay. Really? Didn't know that. Okay. Really? Didn't know that. Didn't know that either. So, I'm just interested in a lot of different viewpoints, you know. But has that made me, at this point, smarter than I was a year ago? I don't think so, because if I were to make a video right now on metaphysics, I don't know that much about metaphysics, so I can't really just tell someone, oh, well, you need to do this, that, and the other, according to metaphysics. Because I don't know. I can't really speak on something I really don't know too much about. Or if I say, oh yeah, the Africans, when they came over to this country, or when they were already originally in this country, you know, let me tell you some history about yourself, you know. I don't want to just say the wrong thing, because I feel like it's going to be on me if it comes back not true, if it comes back, you know, with some other kind of information that I didn't disclose. So yeah, I'm not lost. Now don't get it twisted. I'm not lost, because I don't think I'm any more lost than the next person. You know, the only thing I know to talk about is what I know for sure, which is photography, which I don't even know much about that. I just know how to make sales in photography, and I know how to take a good picture, and I know how to get the customer to buy it. So if you need to know anything about photography, well, not even photography, if you want to know how to hustle pictures, I can really show you how to do that. So, but I'm not going to make a video on that. You know, I'll leave that for my other page, which is designer photography. What else? Anything else on my mind? I think, who is it? Phil Donahue is very interesting. He puts the Bible in a new light and talks about how the Bible is really coded. And he breaks down like what the code is and where it comes from. So I like Phil Donahue. I like Jordan Maxwell, and how he talks about things with the occult, and sovereignty. Are my lips crooked? I think so. No, I think it's the camera. Or my eyeliner. Sorry, it looks like my lips were crooked. They're not. Maybe it's a little twisted from, you know, I don't know. But, yeah, who else do I like? I love watching The 13th Son, because he is a beautiful soul, and he has everything, like, in his world is to a T. Like, he doesn't look like he has any worries. If he does, he doesn't let it show. So I like how he's so carefree and outgoing, and he doesn't necessarily put his message out to one particular type of person. He puts his message out to anybody who'll listen. I like how he doesn't use the word black or white as referring to people, because technically we're not black and we're not white. You know, like, I'm brown, a dark brown, but I'm still brown. So technically there's no black or white. So I like how he uses that in his message to people, because he could be talking to somebody who's of European descent just as well as he's talking to somebody of African descent. But at the same time, I do like to listen to information about the African culture, because I wasn't taught it. Hey, how you doing? I wasn't taught anything about Africa when I was growing up from school. And my stepfather, at the time when I was growing up, he was following Nation of Islam. So pretty much all I heard growing up was, the white man is the devil. Get them devils out of here. You know, I used to watch Farrakhan. I remember 6 and 7 years old every single day. F-O-I this, F-O-I that. Like, we were going to the bookstore every single weekend, getting incense and books, and I remember him telling me that black was the most dominant color. And I was about 6 or 7 years old. My stepdad, he changed his name. He came home one day, he's like, check this out, family. I changed my name. Here's my papers. My papers from the government. Here it is. I changed my name to Khalid Tariq. So it's no longer Philip Marshall, it's Khalid Tariq. So at that point we're like, okay, Khalid Tariq, you know. So that that was 6 or 7 years old. It was kind of fun, the life we were living, you know. But I was talking to my husband about it the other day, and he's like, "Oh, well, I want to meet him," and I'm like, "Oh, he doesn't talk like that anymore, not that much." And he was like, "Why? They straighten him out?" I was like, "Well, I guess so, because he works for a college, he has a job, you know. He had been on drugs for like eons." You know, he was on drugs for like a couple of decades, I want to say. But he's off drugs now. Why does this lip look smaller than the other? Is it? He got off the drugs. I think it's the camera. Yeah, because I know, like, when I look in the mirror, I don't see that small on the side. Smaller. It's the camera. But yeah, so I remember that. And then, like, my real dad is a Christian preacher. So I hear, you know, I have a lot of influences in my life that made me think the way I think. But the only thing that I can distinctly remember my stepdad telling me as I was younger was always think for yourself. Always think for yourself. Like, always, like, what's on my face? Always think for yourself. Don't let anybody tell you what it is. You know, just find out for yourself. You know, read for yourself, research for yourself, and come to your own conclusions. Because ultimately, in this world, between our Creator and us, the only thing that you can really rely on, the only thing that I can really rely on is my own assertions. And they may not be perfect, but the thing about it is I strive to learn. It may be because I'm a Sagittarius, but I strive to learn. You know, I want to know. Like, don't leave me out in the cold. I want to know. You know. And so, like, in the last year, I've been reading, and I've been looking at all these videos, and I've been just reading all these different books. Rudolf Steiner. I read a couple of his books in the last year. And at this point, I'm like, you know what? How does it all come together? How is this going to come together in the end? Is there going to be an end? And when there is an end, how are all these groups of people going to come together? Is it possible? And if so, how? And how are we going to get this done? And how are we going to get these people to come together and for one vision, you know, for our Creator, you know? Like, how are we going to get together and do a job that needs to be done, which is pretty much eliminate hunger, eliminate war, eliminate strife, eliminate all the things in this world that don't progress, that don't add to society, that don't add to... We're back!
So we're back.
I was just talking about that. I was like, I hadn't made a video in a while because, like, I hadn't been having anything to say worth substance, you know, like, but now that I've been watching all these videos, it's like, you know, I kind of juice myself up a little bit, and I'm like, well, maybe I should have a little input, but I want to make sure I know what I'm talking about before I go and make a video about something, and for the whole world to know, you know, there's so many truths. There's so many truths. Like, there's so many truths. How are we going to get all these people to, like, come together and come together for one common goal?
Glad to see you back, Shay.
How you doing, Mike? But yeah, let me know what you think. Can we come together, everybody? Or is it not possible? If it's not possible, then what? That's what I want to know. That's pretty much what I want to know. Can we all come together for a common goal, for the world, for humankind? If so, how? And if not, which is very possible, that we can't come together. It's very possible. You know, if not, then what? What do we do? What are we supposed to do? What are we here for? What are we supposed to do? You know, are we supposed to live our lives here just trying to get people to come together for one common goal for humankind? Or are we supposed to just say F it and do our own thing? Live for yourself, you know. I doubt people's going to say that, but I'm just exploring the possibilities, because at this point they're all just possibilities to me. Okay, let me know what you think. Peace. No, peace.